Hey, Facebook friends, Coach John here, and I want to shoot this quick video because I wanted to share with you some of my best kept secrets and tips to see how I can serve you and also hold myself accountable because on my current plan right now, I'm committed to doing cardio 3 days per week, and this can be done in a lot of different ways. But what I thought would be really cool would be if I plan my workout where I share with you one tip every minute that's going to serve you in creating more accountability, getting more motivated, or just improving on what you're doing right now. Maybe you're already lean and healthy and you want to just take it to the next step, or you're looking to get started. You're going to benefit from each and every one of these tips because they're principles that apply to everyone, whether you've been working out for years or you're just getting started. So I'm going to be doing simple heart rate based training, some kettlebell swings, a few other things. You can follow along if you like. More importantly, I'll be sharing with you for after 30 seconds of work, 30 seconds worth of a health and fitness tip. So here we go, starting in 10 seconds. I'm going to be swinging my kettlebell over here. All right, tip number one. So, sleep. Are you getting enough? This can really vary how much a person needs. I need at least bare minimum 6 hours of sleep, up to 8 hours. Everyone's unique, everyone's different. It depends how you feel along with nutrition and how your training is. More importantly, we oxidize fat at the fastest rates when we're sleeping, not when we're awake. So, get proper sleep. Number two, quality trumps quantity when it comes to your food. So the quality of your foods is where you want to start, because if you are eating the right amount of calories but you have sugar, flour, processed foods in your diet, you're going to find yourself like you're more addicted to those foods. So the best thing you can do for yourself is start with quality foods, stabilize your blood sugar with the right types of quality foods, and eliminating addictions too. Number three, health and fitness tip number three, quantity. Quantity does matter. So even if you have only quality foods in your diet, you can still overeat on lean meats, proteins, other proteins, veggies, and healthy fats. So you may be eating the right types of foods, but how much are you eating? After you've mastered your quality of your foods, then you implement calorie goals, fat, carb, and protein balances as well. Tip number four, protein first. When you're building your meals, start with protein on your plate. I recommend about 4 to 6 ounces, and or 30 to 40 grams worth of protein is the best way to start your meals, because A, you're probably not going to get enough in your day unless you're actively trying, and B, in your average meal, you're definitely not going to get enough unless you are making it a priority. So start protein first. I'll tell you what comes next after this. Next, what comes on your plate? Vegetables. I recommend you push for about 2 to 3 cups worth of vegetables. Heck, go crazy, fill your plate. If you're eating your vegetables grilled, stir-fried, sauteed, and healthy fats, and also spices, it's only going to serve you, keep your calorie count down, fiber up, nutrients up, and it's great for your health too. Next tip. Woo. Starch if needed. So, only add starches in if you need them. If you're less active, you need less starch in your day. If you're more active, you need more denser, starchier vegetables and carbohydrates. Then and then only. I'm still here. Number 4. Next tip, healthy fats. What are healthy fats? Avocado, coconut, olive-based products, and oils. So, best for your cooking, great for your recipes if it's not just the oil base that you're cooking in. Only going to serve your health. I'm not going to go into details with what types of healthy fats there are. Just know those are your main fat sources aside from animal fat. Next tip. So the starches or denser carbohydrates, when do we want to have them? So pre-workout. If you're trying to lose fat, the best options, A, you can try fasted. I don't personally always recommend it, depends on the person. Avoid if you're diabetic. B, just protein such as whey protein is a good way to go into a workout, or branched chain amino acids. If you need energy, have carbs before with your protein, only if you need it. And you would only need it if you feel lightheaded, your blood sugar drops during your workout from just protein, or from fasting, of course, too, and you feel terrible. Next tip, what do we have after a workout? So, A, avoid fats. You need fast digestion, rapid digestion, your blood sugar is down, you want to create a release of insulin and you want to elevate your blood sugar, create a release of insulin, which is going to help deliver nutrients and protein to where it needs to be to fuel recovery. So protein and carbohydrates after your workouts. Always, always go crazy with your starches then. Oh, it goes faster when you're working out. Oh, morning workouts, my favorite time. I used to tell myself I am not a morning person, but to be honest, the moment I made myself a morning person and made working out first thing in the morning, less got in the way. Suddenly cardio got done because there was time that was pre-planned, there was less BS to get in the way. Give yourself the morning, there's less excuses to be made and had at that hour. Power of an appointment. So, when you have an appointment, you're committed to someone else and you don't want to let that person down, or you don't want to miss out on your opportunity because you don't know when that opportunity may come up again for whatever it is. That's why investing in a coach or mentor that holds you accountable to an appointment time is the value in it itself, because it's not matter always knowing what to do, it's actually doing it and getting it done, right? Where are we at? Strength training. So regardless of what your goal is, if you want to improve running performance, get stronger, lose fat, whatever it may be, prioritizing strength training in your time and your week, because a lot of us say we don't have enough time, which is not true. That's bullshit. The time that we do make, use it wisely. So start with a progressive strength training first. None of that body pump shit. Also, unless you're a bodybuilder or a rehab patient, you probably have no business using machines. Use kettlebells, barbells, and hand weights too. Don't waste your time or hurt yourself, please. Metabolic cardio. So after you have prioritized the time with progressive strength training, the next best use of your time is always going to be high intensity interval training, metabolic cardio, like you see me doing. Something very simple. Heart rate zigzags up and down. That means we work out less, more intensely. You could do it while sharing 30 fitness tips on Facebook Live and doing kettlebell swings every 30 seconds as one example. Next tip, flexibility, mobility training. Today was my off day. I did not do or heavy resistance training. I did core, and I also did mobility work with an afternoon metabolic cardio session, get my heart rate up, give myself a second wind, fulfill my daily tasks, what I need to do to reach my goals. But now that my body's warm, I can spend more time working on mobility and flexibility after this. How you move is more important than what you move. Woo! Oh man, what am I? Meditation. So, a lot of times we get stressed out, overwhelmed, anxious, anxiety kicks in. We think, oh, how are we ever going to do everything we need to do? And then we just stop and continue to worry about how we're going to get everything done that we need to. So, one of the best things that you do is calm your mind, calm your body physically, mentally, emotionally with exercise. Anything that gets your heart rate up, ideally, and or meditation. A ton of value, and it's changed my life personally. Woo! Where are we at? Goals. So, if you don't know where you're going, it doesn't matter what you're doing. It's cool to stay active, cool to eat healthy, but really, unless you have a target, something you're aiming for, you're just mindlessly working out, which is great, but it doesn't really motivate us and keep us propelled forward. So commit to something bigger than you, such as a competition, maybe a 5K, run, walk, whatever it may be, a marathon, whatever it is to you, bodybuilding competition, any commitment is going to propel you forward towards a goal, a purpose. Next, self-honesty. So, how many times do you find yourself with friends or by yourself and you justify eating something because you worked out, because you deserve it, because you had a long day, whatever the bullshit is? Stop, let that go, and give yourself the honest truth. If you want to get to where you say you want to, then odds are it's probably not going to take you forward to eat that candy bar, whatever it may be. So being honest with yourself that you are committed to doing certain things will go a long way and serve you further. Environment. So when you're surrounded by 9 unhealthy people, you're likely to be the 10th. When you're surrounded by 9 fitness freaks that count every calorie, you're likely to be the 10th. If you're struggling to stick to your diet, your exercise plan because you're surrounded by unhealthy people, get out of that environment, or else you're going to you're going to be the crab trying to crawl up the bucket with other crabs pulling you down. Don't do that to yourself. Give yourself the best. Get in the right environment, like a gym like ours, okay? Mindset's everything. So the self-talk, the self-chatter, about whether or not we can succeed, what we want, what we're thinking, what we're feeling. That's going to dictate our thoughts, our actions, right? So, for example, I gave myself many excuses leading up to this moment that I didn't have the time to do this cardio or whatever it may be. Well, I combined two things and made a commitment, but that all started right here. That's the only difference between me doing this and not, is my mindset. And the music. Woo. Huh. Habits. So, what are your habits? What's the habit that you need to change? Because really, our thoughts dictate our feelings either reinforce or break our habits. So, with the right mindset, knowing and understanding and becoming aware of our habits, what are the habits that you need to instill, that you need to build, or that you need to break? Because habits typically can't be eliminated. We need to typically replace that. Okay, so if you have a time block where you're doing something unhealthy, replacing it with a commitment during that same time that serves you is going to be the best way to replace a habit. Mental association. So what do you associate with your positive feelings? Is it going out to eat with friends, having ice cream, eating cake, eating pizza? What's the positive association that you have with a negative habit that you need to break? How can you do it? We can always reframe our associations mentally with how some people hate exercise for 40 years and suddenly loved it. What is it? It's because of a change in commitment and accountability that forces them through the pattern, okay? I don't know if I'm ever going to do this again. So, community. When you have the right environment, like I was saying earlier, but you're surrounded by people that let's say you work out in a small group setting every single week, Monday, 5:30 a.m. Tell you what, if you miss not only your coach that week or that workout, but you miss the people you work out with that are positive, inspiring, hardworking, support you, you're not going to let them down either. So it's like an extra way to not only instill our own personal habits of self-honesty, but also reinforce our habits as well by not wanting to let others down around us. Consistency. So, the secret to success is typically doing what we know we need to do the most when we feel like doing it the least. So, what area do you need to get consistent? And success builds upon success. So, working out 7 days a week is not recommended from day one. What about 3 times per week? Can you be consistent with that? The answer is yes, but you need to answer that for yourself and also follow through with it. Then you add a 4th day, a 5th day, a 6th day. Consistency is key with diet and exercise. Commitment. So, how committed are you? If you're only committed 5 out of 7 days a week, you're going to fail. You're not going to get to where you want to get to. You're going to stay as you are. That's just the honest truth, okay? Unless you're going from inactive to active. Creating commitment, which I'll share with you at the end of this, how to do is key, because we get motivated all day, but motivation doesn't last, just like bathing, right? Which is why we do it daily. Coaching. So, last but not least, what I want to share with you is the real secret to success. So it's one thing to have a goal. It's another thing to be surrounded in the right environment. But when you have a mentor or a coach, someone to hold you directly accountable to make sure that you're doing the things you need to do when you want to do them the least, that's really the difference maker. So that's why I want to invite you to connect with me. That could be over the phone, through a Facebook message, whatever is convenient for you, or you can even come into my gym. And what we'll do in this short time together, we'll go through what you're doing right now, look at where you want to get to, and I'll give you an honest answer as to what it's going to take for you to reach your goal. So feel free to message me. I got to run now, got a call to take. But I hope this video inspired you to get off your butt, get moving, and do the things you felt like doing the least, because this is one of them for me today. Have a fantastic day.